Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Thursday, June 12th, and we are here trying to help you make better financial decisions, or maybe just more informed ones. Sometimes we carry a lot of stress when it comes to these financial decisions. You don't need to carry this stress by yourself, okay? You just need to know that Mark and I are here to walk you through whatever process you need to go through. And sometimes we come up with one idea, 3 ideas, 5 ideas, and then we're going to rely on you to pick what you think is the best idea for you. And so we're here to guide you. We're like your Sherpas. We're going to do that. We're going to take that baggage, all that emotional baggage that you're carrying, that you're schlepping, and we're going to put it on our backs so you don't have to anymore. So if you've got a question, go to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button, which is in the upper right-hand corner, no matter where you navigate on our site, and write us a note. And if you'd like to join us live, check the box, and Mark will do everything else. He'll arrange to bring you on the air. Don't forget to check out all the great content that lives on the website. You know, Mark is the best webmaster in the world, and he just keeps surprising me, learns how to do different things all the time. He's incredible. So all that lives on the jillonmoney.com website. Bookmark it. Mark will make it worth your while. Okay, today we are talking to Jen, who joins us from the Pacific Northwest. Hello, Jen. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you. How are you?
We're great. What's going on? How can we help you?
Yeah, so I am changing jobs. I'm in academia, and I'm going switching institutions.
Okay.
And I am always so jealous of the people who call you and talk about their pensions. I've never had that option. But at this new institution, they do. But I feel like I'm kind of a little too late to start it. And there's a pension option. There's like a 403B or 401k kind of thing. And I just don't know, like at my age, if it's worth it and how you kind of figure that out.
Okay. Well, this is, it's exciting. So first of all, congratulations on your new job. Have you already started or are you about to start it?
No, I'll start in like a few months.
Okay, great. Let's do some of the basics about what's going on in your life, and then we can think about which retirement option is most beneficial for you. So first of all, how old are you, Jen?
I'm 50-something, 51.
Okay, very good. Are you single, married, partnered?
Single.
Okay. Kids, no kids?
Kids.
How old?
College age. One's in college, one's ending high school.
Oh, and how are we paying for that?
You know, we have one of the plans. We definitely have money saved. At this point, I haven't really had to do much, but I'm just going to have to start, contributing cash. So it's me and
Do you know how much cash you'll have to contribute to help get them through?
I'm assuming about $10,000 a year.
Okay, let's keep going then. Now, new job. How much will you be earning?
So it's kind of funky, it's academic. So it's a $160 for the 9-month, but then you can have summer salary. So, which I have covered at least the first few years. So that's $212.
Okay. So $212,000. And is this more or less than you were making in your old job?
More.
Okay, great. What have you saved so far before this job starts? So you have an old retirement plan from the previous job?
Yep.
And what's in there?
2 403Bs. One's like the voluntary and one's the retirement plan. Total with like the 403Bs, and I have a small SEP IRA and a really tiny little IRA. It's about 1.3.
Wow. That's great.
Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, so and none of that money's been taxed yet. This is all traditional money, right?
If that's what it means to put it in a 403B.
Yeah, before you got like the tax benefit, pre-tax.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Any other money that you have saved up in non-retirement assets like a brokerage account or a Roth account, anything out there?
Well, just before we go there, I have some beneficiary IRAs in an after-tax account that are about $200,000.
200,000 and what's the clock that is, when do you have to get those out by?
That's a good question. I think there's one that is on the clock for another like 4 years and another one that's maybe 8.
Okay. What else do you have saved up?
I basically I have too much cash.
Well, I'll determine whether it's too much. It's one of my favorite asset classes, cash. So what do you have?
Good. I have basically 1.1 million.
That sounds like a lot of cash to me. As you say, when I said that, it's my favorite. It's not that much of a favorite. 1.1 million in cash. Is there something it's earmarked for?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to get a new place when I move institutions. So, and I kind of, I didn't intend for this to happen, but I'm kind of like collecting houses. Now, within that cash, I do have like 250 in CDs, but they'll be maturing pretty soon.
Okay. 1.1 million cash, CDs, high yield savings, regular savings, all together 1.1 million.
That's right.
Got it. Anything else besides, and we'll get to the real estate in a second, but anything else that is investment, savings, anything else that we're not accounting for?
No.
Okay. Okay. Current home where you live right now is worth how much?
Probably 800.
And do you want to keep this house or are you going to sell it?
I'm going to keep it.
Is there a mortgage outstanding on it?
No.
Okay. Any other real estate?
Yeah. I have 2 rentals.
Okay. How much are they worth?
Total 800 probably.
And do they have mortgages attached to them?
Between the 2 of them, about 300,000 at 3%.
And you're managing these right now? Or are you going to continue, or is someone else managing those for you?
No, I manage them.
Is it a pain in the neck? You have a new job. Don't you have to pay attention to that new job?
It really has been so easy. And basically I always have enough for like big things that come up, like a new sewer or whatever.
Well, of course you got $1 million in cash. Of course you have new things.
Well, that even I keep the rental income separate, and it's like all in its own little thing. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's siloed. How much money do you take out of these 2 properties after you pay all your expenses? Like to you, like if I had to really cash flow it, how much money do you think comes out either monthly or on an annual basis?
Well, that's the thing. I just put it in that separate account and then just use that for any expenses related to the house.
So you're not living on this money?
Not at all.
Okay.
No,
but it pays for itself. And then there's an account that has how much in it?
25,000, but I counted that in the cash.
Okay. So there's no reason for you to sell these. You're like, they're easy. They pay for themselves. Anything else? And is there anything, there's no reason that you need to sell them at this point, right?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you say you need a new place to live, what does that mean? What do we need to buy something? Or are you thinking about renting because it's a new job. So is this an area that you want to be in? Is it a rental place? Do you want to be able to own there? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good question. I guess I had thought that I would just go ahead and buy because I will be down there at least 9 months out of the year.
Okay.
And so it just kind of seems like that would make sense. Plus I have all this cash, like I could. Yeah,
burning a hole in your pocket, babe.
Right?
Yeah. So okay. How much will it cost us? Let's do a comparison though. Maybe rent for 1 year, but I just put that out there because I like to try before I buy. But if you had to buy a place, how much of the cash would we need to use to buy something?
I don't love a big payment. So I would think that I could probably use, between 300 and 500.
That's it?
Yeah.
Don't you live in like the Pacific Northwest, which is like expensive? You only need 500 grand?
I think I could get like a really nice place that ticked all the boxes for probably 700 or 800.
Yeah. See how that happened, Mark? She's like, 300-500. Now I'm at 700 or 800. Okay.
Well, she's talking about what she's going to use as a down payment.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But if you think that's a better idea, I'm
but 800 grand would buy you something you'd really love?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an idea about just how much it costs you to live your life, Jen?
You mean like how much I spend monthly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's about 4,000 to 5,000.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just loving all of this.
I'm outside a lot.
All right. I'm just going to say 5 because it's great. And you have a lot of money. Obviously, because you have a lot of money that's built up. I don't know if that's part of that happened because you like dissolved a relationship and you got some money out of that or not, but you have a lot of money and you've got a lot of real estate, which is great. So the new job, which is now we're finally getting to your question. You're like, geez, Jill, thanks a lot. I've been talking to you for however long it's been. And now you're finally getting to me. Okay. So the new job is you have to choose either a pension or a traditional defined contribution plan. So you get a choice coming in. Am I right about that?
Yeah. So they have like a 403B or 401k that they'll match up to 7%.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a state pension plan that is, from what I can gather, it's like a mandatory 12% contribution.
Okay.
So the tricky part, is I get to stay if I get tenure. And
right.
I think that will be
Well, don't piss anyone off and you'll get your tenure.
It's more about
don't make waves.
Productivity and all of that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I don't feel like that is super risky, but it is there, right?
Yeah.
And who knows what will happen.
Also, who knows if you'll like the job? What if you hate it?
Exactly. Yeah.
I hate to give up a pension opportunity. How much longer do you think you're going to work?
I've always kind of planned to be able to retire early. Just
like how early?
Those choices. I don't know, 60, 62, whatever.
I'm going to say 60. Let's look at that.
I love what I do.
You just want the opportunity to.
Yeah. And I also love living life. So,
yeah,
it is kind of hard to box academic life in, research and interest and all of that is into, a manageable work week.
Yep. What's interesting is this, I don't think this is a math problem, even though you lay it out as a math problem, right? I got to put 12% in the pension. The 401k is a 7% match. All these things are, yes, I understand the math. I understand how pensions pay out and it's great. However, you are coming to this, as you said, at age 51, where number one, hopefully, this requires you to, the vesting of a pension is what, 10 years? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think 10 years is the minimum.
Okay. So this kind of puts you in one category. This may be one of the few times, Mark, and I don't know how you feel about this, where I'm going to say, I'm not sure I want the pension. Because I want to like maximize flexibility for Jen. She's 51. She's making 160 for the 9 months. Let's say you made 160 grand a year for the next 9 or 10 years. Fine. You're going to put your money into your retirement account. They're going to help you. They're going to match. You already have a lot of money and you have the ability to buy a home or rent a home. You got plenty of money that you've saved and you don't spend a lot of money. So I'm not sure. The reason why I love pensions is having that consistent flow of income. They become a little bit harder to accumulate when you don't start them early in your career, but you could do it. But you have all this money already. And so I'm not sure you need it. Mark, what do you think about the pension? You want to pass up the pension for Jen?
I think I agree with you just because, like you said, this isn't really a financial decision. She's going to be fine. She spends very little. She has a lot of money saved. She's soon going to own 4 pieces of real estate. Three of those can be unloaded when retirement rolls around. So, and then plus, she may want to call it quits sooner.
Exactly. What if you have a nasty boss? Like, oh, I love my institution. Then you get a new boss. Nasty boss. Goodbye. And then you're not like feeling like, oh, I've left my pension on the table. You have all of this money, which gives you this incredible opportunity to do whatever makes you feel good. And I don't want you to necessarily box yourself in, choosing the pension simply because, oh, that's a nice stream of income. You will have a stream of income if you'd like. Do you have a sense of where you would like to ultimately end up, like where your primary residence is now? Do you think that's actually much the more likely place where you will live your life, your retirement years out?
Yes, water, mountains, snow, all of that.
Okay. So I think, first of all, before you go in and buy, I think you should also look at the rental market. just to see what's out there. Maybe it would be nice for you to not feel like you've made this huge investment and you want to live there a little bit and get a sense of the place. Do you have a good sense of the area?
No.
So I think that, so the only thing then, I wouldn't be so fast to put that of your $1.1 million. I would not be so quick to spend $800,000. I would be much happier if you're going to have to live there for 9 months, right?
Yeah.
I would get a 1-year rental and see what you like there. Maybe you're renting one place. You're like, ew, I hate this neighborhood. I want to be in a different neighborhood, but you only know by being there. Mm-hmm. I don't think you should make the plunge, and unless something fell in your lap, like a colleague said, oh, Jen, welcome here. I'm leaving. I'm going to Australia. Could you want to take my house? And, whatever, something fell in your lap. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a much better idea to explore the area and decide where you'd want to be and whether or not, maybe you don't even have to deploy all that cash. Maybe you're like, you know what? I can rent and get a great place and it's really easy. And then you give us a holler back and you say, I'm never going to buy here. And then we talk about where you should invest your $1 million of cash. Yeah. And then you're more flexible. And then you see, and maybe you're like, oh my God, I've fallen in love with this part of this state and I want to actually own something here. Then give us a holler back. Or conversely, you're like, oh my God, it's amazing. I can rent for $3,500 a month. I'm never going to be an owner here. Check it out. See what you like.
So what about the cash? Like, I feel like people are talking about brokerage accounts or
yeah. I mean, so for me, I don't know, because we don't know whether or not you're going to need $800,000 from this account, then I think it's fine if you've got CDs and high yield savings and you've got a bunch of money that's tied up in that stuff. I would keep that. And then for 1 more year, you make a decision. After a year, you'll make a different decision. In a year, if you don't need this money, then I think we should absolutely create a brokerage account. Absolutely. Now, last thing, yes. You got a whole pile of money, babe. You have a will. You have a power of attorney. You got everything.
And she's single.
And she's single, everyone. Pacific Northwest. Jen, can we find you a man, a woman, non-binary person with all that money? Is there anything you'd like? Should we set up a dating service for you?
I don't know.
Okay. See, she got excited about that in a second. Are you? So you have your documents done. You've got this 2 kids, and so, but that's good. So you've got it all done.
I have. I need a power of attorney. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have that.
Yes. I should.
Okay. I think we're done with you. I think you have an incredible amount of opportunity. This may be one of the few cases where we are saying you don't need to choose the pension, have some more flexibility and go and live your most fabulous life, Jen. I think you're in great shape. If you've got a financial question, you're starting a new job, you've got piles of cash, you're wondering about buying, should you rent? All these questions, these are questions that we can help you wrestle with. And again, we're going to take the financial baggage that you have. We are going to unload it and we're going to carry that for you. So get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com. Click the contact us button, write us a note, and tell us if you'd like to join us live like Jen in the Pacific Northwest. And if you want to throw your hat in the ring for dating Jen, just let us know. Mark will vet all potential suitors, okay? Don't forget, everything that we do lives on our website, including the free weekly newsletter, which comes out on Fridays. That's tomorrow if you're counting. And you can also subscribe to Jill on Money Live. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars, the back catalog, bonus audio and video content, all for $45 for the next 12 months. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And of course, do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.